Hey guys, today I have a video for you guys. Today it's gonna be episode my thoughts on a specific episode. Alright? So as it's my first one, I got a cup here. This cup is not full of water or tea or milk. It's not full of any liquids, as you can see here. It's full of pieces of paper. Now on these pieces of paper, there are different episodes of Doctor Who, right, from the revived series. So I got about two. I got two or more from each Doctor from the revived series, so 9, 10, 11, and 12, and 13. Series 11 breakdown, well, my thoughts on it coming up soon. So anyway, we're gonna pick it. I've already, shaken it up, but let me just shake it up even more. There we go, shaken up. And now I'm gonna pick, just so you guys can see, I'm gonna pick this one right here. Alright, this one right here. What does this say? Oh, okay. I can tell somebody's going to be happy with this. It's Heaven Sent. I'm not sure whether you can see that or whether it's backwards, but it's Heaven Sent. If not, I'll try and, put it backwards or something like that for you. But I don't know. Anyway, today we're doing Heaven Sent. So, as I've already seen every single episode, this won't be too bad for me. So yeah, anyway, Heaven Sent. I was actually watching it last night because, well, not last night, but this morning before I went to the gym, because it is a really good episode. It is one of my favourite episodes, I must say. But, yeah, one of the reasons, let me just say, is because of the psychological element of it, You got all these, different things that you're like, oh, how did that happen? Or like, oh, yeah, good job. And it's just like, it's really cool because you're seeing loads of stuff and there is a lot to, get through. And especially, I mean, it almost seems like a test for the Doctor, but also a test for us as well to see whether we can, keep up almost. And yeah, one of my favourite bits in it is when he gets the chair and he throws it out the window and he's like, you won't be expecting this, and just jumps out the window and comes back in the TARDIS. I really like that bit because you're like, how on earth did he get back in the TARDIS? And then, you realise that he's not actually in the TARDIS, he's just, he's gone to his happy place almost. So, it's really good at doing that because, whether, you believe or you do it, everybody has their own happy place, Mine's, um, mine's actually in a wrestling ring because I do some of my best work there, But, everybody has their own unique special place. And the fact that, the Doctor also has one, it's almost connecting us with him more because as a Doctor, I reckon we really connected with Peter Capaldi's Doctor less than we did with the others, almost. So it was almost as if, they were trying to, almost disconnect a little bit more than the others in the series. They were trying to make the others more relatable almost, whereas with with Peter Capaldi's Doctor, they were almost trying to make him more almost, I don't know, or not dislikable, but almost more that way, more grumpy and less energetic than the others, because it just seemed like that, especially for the first few episodes. It just seemed like that, you know what I mean. But here we really got to see. This is when we really started to connect with his Doctor and the different psychological elements that the veil was putting him through really hammered home that thought of just really connecting with his version of the Doctor. And that's what I really like about the episode. Because we all have nightmares, We all do. But just to see the Doctor and how he would react if his own nightmares came to life was pretty much the same way we would, Yeah. Trying to figure out what's going on, But back to the whole test thing. Like, it almost seems like a test that the veil has put him through, Like, why else would there be a dry set of clothes? When he jumps out of the window and into the water, like, why else would there be a dry set of clothes? If they already knew, if they didn't know that the Doctor was going to jump out the window and need them. So it's almost a test, to see whether he can get out of there with all this psychological trauma that's going on, with the whole veil and with the whole, like, especially with the Clara painting so close after she died, and the whole just really the fact that he doesn't have the TARDIS and stuff like that. So it's really more psychological trauma than it is dangerous, because they're really trying to frighten him, because he admits he's scared to die, and that's what it's threatening to do. And then he had nightmares about the dead body he saw as a child, and the veil has taken the form of that dead body. But another thing that I wanted to talk about in this episode was the fact that we didn't actually see the veil until this episode. Because if you notice at the start of the episode, he's like, whenever you're born, there's always the veil coming at you at a very slow pace, but it's always coming after you. So, how come, we haven't seen it yet? So maybe the whole, the whole events of the last episode were really to get him to, go there and, go through all this just to get the veil. So maybe he managed to trap the veil in this castle, and and it wants to get out to, hunt him down. And so that would explain why he got teleported there, So yeah, and why it would need to, because if it's a test, then it would all be ready out. So that's why there's the TARDIS there, because, to break down the wall. So yeah, that's just my thought on it anyway. I don't know. But also, the fact that, we learned so much about this in this episode as well, about not only him, not only the Doctor, but also about the hybrid, the thing that's meant to be half Dalek, half Time Lord. We don't learn a lot about it, but we do learn that it exists, We learn that it's not just a fairy tale. We learn that it actually exists. So that really builds a foundation for, the the fact that we could be seeing the hybrid in future episodes from there. But also, I wanted to end on another note. I wanted to end on this note, actually. Because when he goes back to Gallifrey, because he's actually looking for Gallifrey, isn't he? After the Day of the Doctor. But then after this, he actually finds it. And if you see when he gets back, he's like, everybody starts revolting against the leader. And he ends up becoming the leader. And, it's just a great start to a part 2 that the first part didn't have a lot to do with. Because you see a lot of these part 1 and 2s, like, for example, The Impossible Astronaut and The Day of the Moon. The Impossible Astronaut spent a lot of time based on the story of The Day of the Moon and leading up to The Day of the Moon. And a lot of them do, but this is really probably the one where, until you got to the end of the episode, you didn't really expect to be a part 2. Because, by the time you got to the TARDIS, you were like, right, that's it. It's going to be, it's going to be the end of the episode. But then it's like, to be continued next time. And then he gets to Gallifrey and he's like, oh my god, this is going to continue. And then you find out that it does, But yeah, it's a really interesting video. And it really plays on your mind as well, on all the different things going on. And it's one of those episodes that you can go back and watch and still notice so many different things about it, in the background, the different actions that he's doing, just stuff like that. It's really good for that. But one more thing I wanted to say is I really like the fact that he keeps dying, So it's not as if, well, it doesn't keep dying, but he just keeps going and going and going, and it's ridiculous how long he's there for. And then you see him as he starts to get worn out and worn out and worn out. And that's the thing. Like, he's there for billions and billions of years. And just punching and punching through this wall just to get out. And when he does, it's like, oh my god, he actually gets out. Because, I don't know, just not many people didn't think he would. But he did. So yeah, it's just a fantastic episode. So much going on and so much to focus on and stuff like that, that I couldn't really sum up everything in a 15-minute video without missing big parts of the episode. So yeah, if you have any other notes, then please put them in the comment section for other people to read, but also me. And as always, like the video, comment and subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. I shall see you Thursday with a new video. Goodbye.